Tell me if this has ever happened to you. When I was in high school,
Yeah.
I lived out in the country a bit, about a mile and a half from town. And like one Sunday afternoon, I'm like running into town so I can go to a bar and watch TV. And as I'm kind of walking down this lonely road, this man drives up in a car. He like rolls down the window and he says, "You wouldn't be interested in a blowjob, would you?" And I said, "No." And like I walked on. Did that ever happen to you?
Where did it happen?
This Auburn, California?
No, not in Auburn. No.
It didn't happen to you in Auburn?
No, but one time that, the first time I ever went to Vegas with my friends, and I had just turned 21, and I wanted to go check out the place, and we went and we got a hotel, like a bunch of guys. We went there. We're like, let's let loose, go to Vegas. It's like 21, whatever. We pulled up into the parking lot of the hotel, and a woman came right up to the window, and we she sounded like she needed directions to go somewhere. So we rolled down the window, and she said, "Hey, how about a blowjob for $25?" And I thought,
And you said 20.
No, I was like, "Welcome to Vegas!" Like the welcoming crew who showed up at the door. Like we just pulled into town. I just turned 21, and I just saw what this town is about. First.
Do you think it's because she found you attractive, or is it because you wanted the money?
She saw we were Jewish, probably were loaded with geld.
Right. And you know that Jews love blowjobs, so.
As long as they don't get it in the trachea.
Right.
Because that is so dangerous.
So dangerous. But also, I was walking down a similar road, and this guy's there in his car, and he's whacking off. I'm walking down the road, and he's whacking off. So it's I'm a little freaked out, because I'm this is 9th grade.
I don't know if this is the kind of material we should be doing on this. This is a family channel. This is a family network.
I walked on.
Seventh-day Adventists are watching this.
I walked on. I think this was the day that Reagan was shot.
Oh,
and so
in 1981.
I walk on, and then the guy pulls up beside me and asks if I want to ride.
Oh, no.
I was so freaked out.
I would.
What kind of guy pulls off the freeway onto a road and starts whacking it? And then pulls up to a kid and asks him if he wants to ride.
That's just sick.
Did that happen to you?
Not lately, but I've been the driver in those situations.
Have you ever?
Okay, no, that's.
Have you ever had a guy ask you if you wanted a blowjob?
No.
Okay, so getting back to this week's Torah portion.
Okay.
None of us can embody everything good in life.
Okay.
So, some of us may be really strong in other areas, but we have to, pull off the road to whack it.
Oh, God.
Or, us boys, if they want rides. But you're really strong in many areas. So don't beat up on yourself if you like that, kids, and old men.
Now, I'd bring in the audience member, to just find out how disgusting it is, but it would hurt me, would depress me to find out that the audience members like this, so I'm afraid to bring them up.
So none of us can embody everything good in life. There are certain mitzvahs that I'm really strong on, and there are other mitzvahs where I'm not so strong on.
Okay.
So I was in this writing group, and there was this smoking hot chick.
This was yesterday.
And I'm not going to say when, because I don't want to identify anyone. So she read her story, and the story was too long for the time allotted for each of us to read. So I said, after class, I said, "Hey, can I read your story all the way to the end, because I really like it." So
on the way to what?
All the way to the end of the story. So I really wanted to see how it finished.
Okay.
And so I said, I'll just be sitting
Right
outside in the sun reading your story. So she said, "Oh, feel free to take your time." So I took my time, and I read the whole story, from beginning to end, and she said, "If you have any feedback, I'd like to hear it." So I said, "Well, yeah, I do have some feedback," and I gave her some feedback. And, we talked for about 20 minutes, and then she kind of ran off. And then this week in class, she says, well, I don't want to identify when this happened. She says, when the teacher asked us to read, "Well, I couldn't really write anything this week because Luke gave me this feedback, and I just couldn't deal with it, so I wasn't able to write anything this week." So the lesson is, I really need to control my powerful charisma and my searching intelligence and the probing questions that I ask people, because sometimes you can freeze them. And so I need to dial that back a little bit, because I felt guilty that I'd done this. Can I get back to my Torah